Round one, fight! Get over here. Welcome, randos, to the Fandom at Random podcast. I am Ed.
And I am Brian.
And Brian, welcome back, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Feeling better.
Yeah, that's great. I know it was coming out of both ends last week.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
But, excited to have you back in studio so I don't have to be all by my lonesome. But the Batman held it down.
He held his own. Not as good as me, but...
Yeah, he was pretty good.
He was all right.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
But welcome into the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We use that term loosely. Mm-hmm. But today is a very fun episode. This is a Fandom Fighters special.
Yes,
we love these. It's been a little while since we've done one of these. And if you're just joining us on the podcast, welcome. If you're a longtime listener, welcome back.
Welcome back.
And as always, check out fandomatrandom.com. All the ways to follow, like, watch, listen. You know the drill.
Oh, yeah.
But Fandom Fighters is going to be mono. I'm going against this guy.
Versus.
Right over here.
Dawn of Justice, baby.
Oh, yeah. I will win with my superior fandom knowledge.
Yeah.
But we are going to be drafting today to create the perfect movie marathon at a summer drive-in movie theater.
At the drive-in. This one was fun, man. I was thinking about it. I'm like, all right, my list, I would sit there for 6 movies because it's so badass.
Yeah, and we'll, like Brian just said, we'll be drafting 6 movies. And again, we're trying to create, we each have our own independent outside drive-in movie theater, and we're trying to get you to come to ours. So, as always, we'll be putting a vote up on our socials. So, again, fandomatrandom.com. If you want to follow us, want to vote, we really appreciate that. But, Brian, I think we get right into it, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm excited. You're excited. It's time to do it.
Let's fight.
Yeah.
All right, Fandom Fighters.
Oh, no. We don't have a big D.
Oh, I got it right here, my friend.
There.
Oh.
You were hiding that D.
I always got that big old D. Just don't smell it when I throw it. So, the way this works, again, randos, if you're just tuning in, if this is your first Fandom Fighters, we roll this big old D20 that you're seeing right now. And again, I say see. If you're not watching this podcast on YouTube, do yourself a favor. Go check it out.
Yeah.
So I will be rolling this D20, and if you're only listening, you'll probably still hear it because this thing's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But
it's got some girth.
Whoever gets the highest roll gets to go first. And sometimes first pick, depending on the draft, can be hugely important. This one, a lot less important in my mind. I think there's a couple.
I'd say
couple upper echelon picks.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be, preferenced based off our interests. So first choice may or may not be good.
And again, we're talking a summer, so peak summertime, you're driving up, you roll down the windows, getting that community feel at that outdoor drive-in movie theater. Yeah. And there are certain films that just play so well to being at the drive-ins.
Absolutely. Like films you cheer for, you get scared of in the community, like Ed said. It's the best way to experience it.
All right, we rolling?
Let's do it.
They see me rolling.
And you yo.
A nat 20. And
Come
I
on,
knocked down.
And you took out Ghostface.
I took down Ghostface. Oh, man.
So I have to tie.
Hang on. That was a natural D20.
Yes, it was. All right, Ghostface. Give me some ghost luck.
Got 15. That was still a solid roll, too.
It was still close.
Not quite good enough, though. So I can choose whether I want the first or second pick.
Yeah. And
I'm tempted to actually defer and let you take the first pick so I get last pick.
Okay.
Because I think there are a couple here that in my opinion, I feel could be the number one pick.
Yeah.
Now that I'm saying that, I'm looking again, and there's one I really, really want, and if you take it right off the bat, I'll be pissed.
I feel the same way, so.
I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
Ed gonna give it to you.
But
so number one pick.
It does make it harder. Honestly, I would have given it away, too, because I have 2 movies that I want to choose for the first one, but so just to clear it up, this is going to be in order too. Like, we're setting up a drive-in. This is the order you're going to watch them in, right? We're setting up a whole experience.
Absolutely.
So the one I pick now is the one you're going to watch first when you go into the drive-in, and then it's going to keep going.
And that is important because you don't want to, you can't blow your drive-in load too early.
Exactly. No one likes a blown load early, ever. So
you gotta ease in.
all right. So I think this one is going to get everybody in the mood. It's a callback to a classic. It's just going to brighten the spirits of everybody for the drive-in. And that one is, You Better Shape Up.
Yeah, it was on my list.
Need a man. Grease. You got to start with Grease, right?
Grease lightning.
Grease lightning. They go to the drive-in.
I was going to say, speaking of blowing your load at the drive-in.
I know, right?
That happens.
I just think it's the perfect movie to get it, taken off. So...
All right, so starting with Grease, I like it. It's a good pick.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. So I want kind of a feel-good to ease, and especially too, like, randos. If your parents out there, we know how it goes. They usually push like the more R-rated, hard PG-13 rated shit a little bit later into the evening after the kids fall asleep. So you want to start it out with something a bit more roundabout, something that's gonna, like you said, get people excited for the night.
Rated R, not like NC-17.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go with a classic, but it's one that I've watched with my son, and he still loves it. And to me, no matter what age you are, you can relate to this film, especially if you were a boy. I'm gonna go with The Sandlot.
Ooh. Yep, that's a good one.
So yeah, if I want a good, like, feel good summer film to kick my night off, what better than The Sandlot, man?
A good contender with Grease too.
Yeah, good coming of age story. So I love it, and it's got that summer feel. Grease does too. They're both good just summer feel movies.
I mean, you got Summer Lovin' in Grease. Let's just remember
Summer Lovin'. But I got the beast.
You got the beast. All right, you're killing me, Smalls. If you didn't pick it, I would have. That's for sure.
Just have some more picks.
All right. We got the family-friendly, fun Grease, and now you're all wound up for the drive-in, getting laid back. You got your snacks.
Laid back.
I am going to go. I feel like you should watch this one in the day or like daytime in tonight. So I'm going to go with Jaws. Because
that was my next pick.
Back when it came out, it might have been too scary for the kids. But these days, dude, you can have like a preteen in your car, maybe even younger, and they won't be that scared to watch it.
That was my pick.
But it's still a very classic movie for the summer. I just watched it the other day, actually. It's a major watch every summer.
Well, you suck.
Yeah.
Man.
Dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. How can I counteract that? Well, so you've watched The Sandlot. Again, good feel-good movie. Not too much action. But now, like you brought in some of the fear, but not horror.
Right.
Not horror. It's still a good... It's just a good overall movie. It's more suspense.
Yeah.
A lot more suspense and a good summer feel for the movie.
The horror
They're at the
community
beach half the time.
Would call it horror. These days, I don't consider it horror. I consider it more thriller. But, yeah.
Thriller! Thriller of the night. So, I've got The Sandlot to kick things off, and I'm going to stick with another... kind of an oldie but a goodie, not too old, but somewhat around the same time frame.
Yep.
And one that is just a classic film that this is just another one that I feel like if you're at a drive-in, you can become completely engrossed in it. I'm going to go with the original Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because they do move in herds.
Yeah, I had that one. And seeing that T-Rex scene on the drive-in in front of all the cars, that would be a good setup.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. That objects in mirror may be closer than they appear.
Yeah, right? That's a good pick. All right. I wanted to go with like kids movies, but I feel like Grease is a good all-around age movie.
Oh, I've got some kids movies I'm still considering.
Yeah,
it's still early enough. I feel like this could be like this is where we could differ.
Yeah.
Because now this is the halfway point. So now you're at the turn. Like, the kids are kind of sleepy. Like, do you throw the last kind of kid film in to let them doze off to,
Get 'em
and
to
then
sleep.
then
Yeah.
the last three are the heavy hitters?
Right.
Or do you just say, screw the kids, boom, we're going right into it?
Yeah. It's a tough one. I mean,
And there are some films that bridge the gap, like a little bit of both.
Yeah, I wanted to go all horror. Like, you know me, I was just like this, but
I've got some horror on my
I
list.
can't do it. All right. So this is going to be number 3. We have 6 picks. I think I'm going to go with
Don't do it.
Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. It was on my list. It was
Temple
on my
of Doom,
list.
the best one.
Fuck Temple of Doom, dude. Screw you, Matt.
Screw you, Matt.
Matt
I
Muller.
agree with Matt.
If you're
so screw
listening and
me,
watching,
too.
screw you, man. That is the worst Indiana Jones. I'm sorry, no. The Crystal Skull is the worst Indiana Jones film, but
I love Temple of Doom. It's my favorite, but I can recognize
campy.
that Raiders of the Lost Ark is one that would need to be in the drive-in. So,
yeah, I mean, it's just...
and that's a good segue into the adult portion of the night.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think so.
Yeah.
I think so. So Indiana Jones, Raiders. Let me make that note. All right, so you've got Grease, Lightning, Jaws, and Indiana Jones, the OG.
Oh yeah.
I've got the Sandlot, and I've got Jurassic Park. So I appreciated what you did there, because I was kind of thinking the same thing, where you up the tone a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you already did with Jaws to an extent, but
I'd say
you
the
know,
balance between Indiana Jones, though, is a lot finer, because some of the scenes in that movie are straight fucking horror with the guy with the spikes and everything else, but then it goes straight adventure. So, you know.
Man, this is tough for me now.
I think I have an idea of which one you're going to go with, but we'll see.
I've got 2.
Yeah.
I've got 2 that I'm really torn between, and I feel like I have to take one of them now, because I've got one on my list that it is just, I think it would be perfect. I'm sorry. I've got one on my list that I think would be better for the drive-ins.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have to take it yet, because I don't think you will.
I'm
The
hoping
other
you
one I
won't
have,
take this
like,
one.
it's I still think it's a great drive-in film, because the fandom is fucking huge.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to draw people in, and I think I am going to take it, because I cannot have you cock blocking me with it. I'm going to take Star Wars. The Empire.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to take Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like
There's nothing like A New Hope.
like
at
a
the
new
drive-in.
hope.
Yeah.
Like, if you're at a drive-in, like if I could do the marathon, and I could have done all 3 Star Wars films a start, yay.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that, and it probably would make sense to go with A New Hope more, especially for if people could be at my drive-in that just aren't that into Star Wars and maybe haven't.
It's true.
So I'm going to go with A New Hope.
And there might be kids who haven't seen
Yeah,
it yet.
and A New Hope is the best way to start them out.
You're going to want the first one to kick it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be on my list, so that was a good call taking it, for sure.
I don't think you'll take my other one.
Yeah.
I can maybe smush that in a little later.
There's one that I want to take, but I want to save it until at least past this pick. All right, so number 4. Kids are asleep. Showing some good, fun films.
Yeah, I'm at that point in mine now. Now I'm like, all right, the kids have passed out, so now these last 3 get a bit heavier.
You know, all the teenagers and the couples in the parking lot, they want to hold on to each other, get nice and scared.
Don't take it.
And
Don't take it from me.
dude, there's so many horror ones that I can
Well, that's
pick.
fine, because I'm going horror now too. But I'm curious if you're taking what horror film I want.
There's 2 that I really
I have 2
really
also.
wanna pick.
So you're probably going to take one of the 2. Either way, I've got to pivot.
Yeah. Hold on, let me just scroll down my list, make sure I'm not missing any other ones. Oh, do I go old school or like semi-old school? This is a tough one. Because I'm only going to choose one horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice thing about it. You can put horror in here, but then have other movies with horror elements.
Yeah.
Jaws.
All right, I think this one is going to fit the theme of drive-in. The cheering, the twists, the turns, Scream. It's got to be Scream because it's so
That's what I wanted.
fun. Like, I was going to pick some of the real old school ones, but this one
I jinxed it by literally hitting Ghostface with the D20.
Yeah, right. It's just such a fun movie, but it's also very scary. So, yeah,
and it's got a good summer feel.
Yeah, because like you got they just get out of school. It's
like a heat
whole
wave
summer
going on.
A heat wave. Everyone's cheering, watching movies in the movie. It's like a whole third out of body experience.
Which one happened? One of the Screams has a drive-in.
Yeah,
Is it Scream 2?
It wasn't a drive-in. It was the movie theater, and it was Scream 2.
I thought one of them was a drive-in.
No, it's when he gets the knife in the ear in the bathroom
That's
stall.
it.
And I was gonna pick that one, but that one kind of sucks, so I'm sticking with the original.
Yeah, the original it's what I wanted. Mm-hmm. It's what I wanted. So I'm gonna have to follow up with my other favorite horror film. I just caught myself. I almost made a joke with another movie I had on here that's totally not a horror film, but I don't want to say it.
I know,
in
right?
case you're like, oh shit, like I'm gonna take that.
Take it right from under you.
But I'm gonna go hand in hand with you. I'm gonna get my horror in here. I'm gonna go with the original A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, that's a good one. So that one, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
and
that
Scream
was up there for me too.
were like the ones. Texas Chainsaw was really the one I wanted to go with, but Scream just seems so much more fun while being scary. You know?
Yeah.
All right, so Nightmare on Elm Street. Good old Freddy. That's a good pick. That's a very good one.
And I feel like that's a key thing with drive-ins too. Like, you're not going to a drive-in movie for IMAX quality.
Right.
You're going for like
the
outdoor experience. You know, setting up the car, getting the blankets out, you know, making the snacks, and then like the community.
Exactly.
More so getting into the film.
Yeah,
and
the cheering, the clapping.
that's why like I had like there are some films that I really enjoy and like that I feel like don't translate super well
Absolutely.
to the big screen, because especially like when they're in like 4K and like IMAX quality, like you're on it's a movie
I don't
screen.
want to go and see something like Avatar at the drive-in.
Yeah, you're fine saying that because like even though it's technically one of the greatest selling movies of all time, I would never show that at a drive-in.
Right.
Or go to see it at a drive-in because you're not getting the experience.
The whole point is the IMAX big screen like special effects experience, and that's not what the drive-in's about.
Yeah, so all of the movies that we've picked so far I think translate very well to drive-ins.
I think both lists are pretty rock solid right now.
I mean, mine is much more solid, but
yeah, and about as solid as goat cheese. All right, so that leaves the last two. We haven't gotten an action movie in here yet, and I think I know a great one to show.
Well, you had Indiana Jones. I mean,
yeah, that's true. More adventure, but a little bit of action.
I've got my action movie all picked out.
See,
you're gonna cock block me here.
Two.
I have two again, and I know you're gonna take
one. I want to end it on, but I don't want to wait any longer to pick it because I have a feeling you're gonna pick it.
I will pick it if you don't pick it.
Son of a
because I'm almost positive I know what you're talking about.
All right. This one's going to be good for obvious reasons. Twister.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you weren't going to pick it? Damn
I was not going to pick Twister, but it's a good, especially there's a drive-in scene.
There's a tornado coming through a drive-through screen. It'll look perfect at the drive-in. You know what I mean?
Didn't that happen like in real life when they were filming?
I think something
I'm pretty
like
sure
that,
an actual tornado came and like ripped up one of the drive-ins they were trying to film at.
Yeah. When we were going to make this list, when I first mentioned it, the first movie that came to mind was Twister. I'm like, that would be... Because it's a 90s movie, the special effects aren't anywhere near what anything is nowadays.
Yeah, but on a outside screen, you don't notice that.
Exactly. So it's a good movie to watch. It's exciting, and it includes a drive-in. It's another summer movie, I feel like, even though not as much as the other ones.
Oh, Helen Hunt approves.
Yes. And Helen Hunt at her prime, my friend.
So you've got Grease, Jaws, Indiana Jones, Scream, and Twister. So you've got one pick left. I've got two picks left. So Twister. So what can I combat that with? So there's another movie that was hugely popular that's more recent that has another huge fandom. But again, I don't feel like it would trend. It was shown in a bunch of drive-in theaters, but I don't feel like...
I think I know which one you're talking
At least in
about.
my mind, I feel like it just doesn't translate super duper well.
Yeah.
too. You'd want to watch this on a 4K screen in an IMAX theater with all that shit. So
if it's what I'm thinking of, then yeah.
I'm not going to pick that. So, damn it. I'm so torn. I've got.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I could probably go like 8, but we'll cap it at 6. So Nightmare on Elm Street. So I need to bring people back down a little bit after being freaked out.
Lower the heart rate.
Yeah. So I gotta not necessarily lower the heart rate, but lower the scaredness. But I could still go action here.
Yep.
And God damn, dude. Now I'm like thinking about completely pivoting.
Yeah.
And
it's really
going with something that would super bring the heart rate down.
It's like a really hard pick. Oh man.
Damn it, dude.
I'm even questioning like right now.
Wow, this is really tough, and I know I'm taking forever here, but
nope. Yeah. Choose carefully.
God damn. I'm gonna go with. All right, to combat your twist or your action movie, I'm going to go with one of the best action movies, or at least it. Oh my God, this is awful. This is awful. I am so stumped right now because I have like 4 movies I want to jam in here and I can't do it.
Yep.
I'm going to go Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Oh boy. Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah, Terminator 2.
Honestly, it was thrown around for me for my last one, but I don't think I was going to land on it, so that's good. That's very good. I'm still just like researching right now to try and figure out if I'm missing anything.
There's still a couple like absolute bangers in here.
Mm-hmm. See, one
I've got a secret weapon to end it with. That I don't think you'll pick, but I could be wrong.
This is so tough.
Can we go to 8?
Yeah, I know, right?
We can't now because we've already planned.
Yep.
We've planned.
We've locked everything in. This one, I want something that people are going to cheer to at the end. Like they want to be excited to leave the drive-in, but at the same time leaving feeling satisfied. And
I've got just the thing. Maybe.
Oh, this is so hard. I feel like this is going to be a weird pick. People might either love it or hate it.
I hope they hate it.
Red Dawn, the original.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, it's weird, but some reason I always cheer for this movie. Even the remake, I'm like, fuck yeah, Wolverine! You know? And I just want everybody in the drive-in to be like, yes, kill them Russians, motherfucker. And it's like related nowadays, you know?
Yeah, it is a good flick.
Yeah.
It is a good flick. Let me pass this over your way. I'm going to slide Kirby down to Brian.
I chose one from the heart because I think...
You get to keep Kirby.
I think our audience is smart enough to realize it's a very good low-key pick.
Loki.
And
that almost tied into one of my picks, which I can openly talk about now.
Little bit of movie trivia. First PG-13 movie to ever be released. But that is because Temple of Doom changed the rating system.
Really?
So while Temple of Doom invented PG-13 movies, Red Dawn was the first PG-13 movie to ever be released.
Temple of Doom was so terrible they had to create its own individual rating system.
Dark.
That was awful. All right, so I can openly talk about some of the other picks I considered now. And you can. Oh no, you can't. Yeah. I can. So because I'm on my last pick. So
yes, sir.
Still in consideration for me. So Avengers Endgame was the movie I was alluding to.
Yeah.
But again, like it's.
I thought of Marvel movies, and I'm like, nah, yeah.
It's just, I don't want to say overplayed at this point, but again, I want to be at like an IMAX theater experience. I don't want to go to a drive-in and see that.
Right.
I also had The Goonies, which
I had
was
that one too.
Independence Day, which would have been a cool one.
Yep, that would have been good.
These, I'm going to stick with my kind of weird pick at the end because I'm coming from the heart of mine, too.
The Goonies just wasn't an ender for me. It's like, you know.
So here's a couple that were heavy consideration. So E.T.
Yeah.
E.T. is a great drive-in movie film. Batman 1989.
Yeah.
The OG Batman.
I thought about that one.
This next one, dude, I wanted to get this in so bad, and I kind of regret, and I guess I could consider, but The Lion King.
Yeah.
Like, throwing The Lion King up there, I mean, that movie, like, I remember going to see that at the drive-ins when I was young.
As an ender, though, like,
I can't end with it.
That's what screws you up, because it's the perfect first 3 movie, you know?
So, another one, Pirates of the Caribbean, the original, The Curse of the Black Pearl, great adventure film to watch up there.
Be a good one.
Which brings me to my last 3 that I had that I am now torn between. So I am torn between Ghostbusters, Mad Max, Fury Road.
Okay, yeah.
But again, like, I'm already kind of eliminating Fury Road because, again, that's much more of a heavy visual cinematic movie that I feel like you'll get lost with it on a
Mad Max
outdoor.
2 would be a good one, though.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
So I'm torn between Ghostbusters and then I'm really not even torn because I'm going to go with my last pick here with I have to do it. So you're sitting at my all right, let me set the stage here.
Yeah.
So you're in your car, you show up, Sandlot comes on, feel good summer comedy, boy coming of age film. Jurassic Park, one of the best movies ever made. Everyone loves it. Star Wars: A New Hope.
Yeah.
Doesn't like that shit, man. A Nightmare on Elm Street to scare the shit out of everybody. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, some badass action in the end. Arnold, get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
And then my final film to kind of bring you back down a little bit, but it's still got some action. It still gets dark. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Yep. I'm going with it.
That's about as questionable as Red Dawn, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's either going to really hit or just flop completely for an ender. But I see where you're coming from on it. I do. I really do. That ending could really score at the drive-in.
I just think it's a good drive-in film.
Right.
Because at that point, the kids may have woken up.
I never even thought of Who Framed Roger.
You know, they had their roughly 2 to 2.5 movie nap. And what better film? You get the old school characters. And it translates very well. So I named mine off. What do you got again?
I would like to just point out that a couple of my movies actually have drive-ins in them. I had the forethought to think of that, by the way.
Some of mine do too.
No, I'm just kidding. So you sit down in my drive-in. You're with your girlie, maybe your kids. Who knows? Maybe
there's a drive-in theater in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He's sitting he's watching a bunch of the old school cartoon films.
Oh, that's right. Yep, that's a good one. Anyway, you put on Grease for the first movie. It gets everybody loves Grease.
Musicals do play well, and I kind of regret not getting a musical in mine.
You get the energy up right away. After that, you still got the kids awake. You're going to show them a classic horror that might not be too scary these days.
Oh, man, I hate sharks.
I'm going to say.
This movie ruined me.
But it's not terrible. It's not like you're making them watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, you know.
And you should if you're listening, parents.
Yes. You
show this to your children.
Sit down for Jaws, one of the best movies ever made. Definitely in my top 5 all the time. And then you get some adventure, Raiders of the Lost Ark. After that,
he took Crystal Skull. Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna add a note right now. I'm gonna put Crystal Skull when I put it up there.
I will destroy you. All right, and then you hear that phone ring at the beginning of Scream.
Hello,
and all of a
Sydney.
sudden, all the parents are awake. You're ready to cuddle up to your significant other, and you watch Scream. And then you get Twister. You literally see a tornado coming through a drive-in. It's the perfect setting. And at the end,
Red Dawn.
You get
Red Dawn, right?
You get to end this marathon by cheering for a ragtag group of guerrilla fighters when the country gets overrun by fascists. It doesn't get any better than that. The hipsters, the boomers, they all love it. So I'm just saying.
You're bringing them together.
I'm just saying. I'm bringing everybody together with my driving.
All right, man. I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
I think it turned out good on both ends.
I agree. Randos, keep an eye on our socials. Again, fandom@random.com. If you want to vote, And who knows? Maybe if you vote for us, you might win something.
Possibly.
So be sure to keep an eye out for that post. We appreciate it. Come to our drive-ins. Enjoy
Yes.
it.
Bye.
Later.